Okay, so we have RS versus CLG. This is going to be game number 1. And this is a playoff match with the NESL Premier League. Let's see who will take it. Pretty interesting matchups that we have here. We're going to actually get to see a lane wick. And yes, as I predicted, it's going to be St. Vicious on the lane wick. Let's see. And yep, GG on Zillion. Pretty standard from what I can tell.
So I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so Colby is the Janna. No, Kobe's the Amumu.
Kobe's the
Who's
Amumu. Janna's going to be Elements, and Ash is Chalister.
Oh, Elements.
Yeah.
I'm retarded.
Yeah, the names got messed up a little bit, so it's going to be kind of weird to call them out, but if you just remember by who plays what, you should be good to go. So yeah, Chalister is Asurja, and Amumu Kobe is Asurja, and Elements is Sitafurja.
Good pronunciation on those names.
Yeah, I practiced in my head before I said them, so. Alrighty. I wonder if we'll see a level 1 fight. Those are always exciting, but they are very rare because people don't like to take that risk these days.
Looks like we got the level 1 CV, you know, start as soon as the game starts, CV on each side. You know, I'm kind of a little curious though, because pretty much everyone knows what the other people buy now, and you never really see anything abnormal. So I've always been kind of curious lately why people still do that. Oh wow, they're both coming in mid here. What's going on?
They're going to have a dance party, perhaps. We could see a dance party. I don't know. Never mind. No dance parties.
I believe it is past Annie's curfew. She's not allowed to dance at this time of day.
Yeah, she's got her prom dress on, doesn't she?
Although Annie does have her level 1 stun up, so
yeah, they're looking for it. They definitely have the stronger level 1 team with Annie stun and an Alistar. I would not want to get caught by that. That would be
we'll see
certain death.
We will see some good tornado harass though by Elements there on Janna.
It's like, I'm going to get you that tornado. PewDiePie will be able to health regen that before it even matters, so. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to give up this jungle area. They're probably going to lose the race. I don't know if RS wants to do anything else in the jungle, but...
Well, they will know that Amumu must do blue to really have a decent jungler, or a decent jungle in general, so they might go for the red.
Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't, but it looks like they're actually just going to back off, so I don't know why they would...
Well, not necessarily. They're walking around a different way here.
Yeah, okay, so they're going to go ahead and do the red, and... Yeah, Vlad went back to lane. That's what he decided to do.
Yeah, they definitely will get this no problem as well.
Looks like a good pull for Amumu. Yeah, he didn't lose much at all.
He has to do the blue. So it looks like we're going to see Janna Vayne bot and Ashe Janna bot. Which one? What do you think will take that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends if PewDiePie is able to get some good harass on Ashe here before the shield goes off, because usually the shield will stop any harass that you put on, except that I mean, if he takes any damage at all, then the Sona lane's going to win because she's got one of the best heals. It's on such a low cooldown that, I mean, she can just spam that and not use any other abilities and win the lane.
Exactly.
Plus that red buff is going to matter as well.
Well, even if you minus the red buff, the fact is that Janna as a bottom lane support cannot heal the bottom lane carry.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas any of the other champions that can are going to have an immediate advantage for the first like 4 levels. It'll start to even out later, but that's enough to give your AD carry a pretty good head start.
Yeah, it just depends on the playstyle, but generally, if you have a healer in your lane, you're going to win it. Especially if it's like a Taric or someone who can also zone with stuns.
Annie's having a very difficult time CSing in mid. The Zillion is doing a great job at pushing her off the creep waves.
Yeah, that's kind of what I predicted. Annie's got such a low range that if you put someone like Zillion who has that type of an advantage, it's going to be difficult for the Annie. I mean, just kind of what
we have a fight going up here on Amumu.
Yeah, a lot of damage going on Void Boy, so he does have 3 potions, and he's going to go ahead and pop that first one. He should be fine. If he didn't get those boots and potions, though, he would actually have to be right now. Of course, St. Vicious has no trouble. That's going to be a perfect lane for Vicious because usually Vlad pushes people out of the lane by slowly queuing them down and having more health. But obviously you can't do that against Warwick because he's does the same thing. So.
And also, if we take a look bottom, you'll see that the Vayne was actually pretty low. She was at about 40% HP, but so was the Ashe at about 50%, which means they were kind of trading some harass. But the problem here is exactly what I was mentioning earlier. Sona's going to slowly heal her back up, and John is just going to sit here and watch Ashe, get stuck at that 50% HP.
Yeah, I don't know if Rambo is using a lot of mana to use her Q, but she shouldn't necessarily be out of mana already, unless she was just trying to harass with. That's what I think that. I mean, a lot of times if you're just doing that with a carry, you don't even have to use your Q to harass. I mean, it depends on the lane, obviously, but if you just save your mana for heal.
I believe he's low on mana because they were harassing each other really hard, the Vayne and the Ashe, which is why they were both very low. And IamCutiePie was actually pretty low, like 30-40% HP, and I think he's just been trying to heal him back up, which probably take like 3 or 4 different casts of his heal, which is at early levels, that's quite a bit of mana.
Yeah, that's true.
Another health pot going down top lane. It looks like all of Vlad's health pots are already used up pre-level 6, which is going to be a problem for him.
Yeah, if you notice, St. Vicious is going to stand right there at the edge of Voyboy's creeps, and as soon as Voyboy goes in there to do anything to those creeps, he's just going to get a Q off. There it is. Boom. Q. He's just going to continue doing that over and over. He's just Vicious just used his last mana potion, but that's what he was doing. He actually had all those mana potions so that he could have that early advantage. And he just continues to do his Q. He's going to be able to outdamage Voyboy until Voyboy goes back and gets a revolver.
Kind of interesting. Both of the bottom lane heroes, after pushing the lane, decided to back.
Yeah, they decided to go ahead and back and try and get back to lane before they lose any creeps. And I don't think they're going to lose any. Yeah, maybe one. Yeah, she loses like one. That's it. So that's not bad.
Quite a bit earlier though than expected for an AD carry. Usually they wait for the second back. There's kind of like 2 opportunities, and the first one is just the support, and the second one is the AD carry.
True. So we do have a ward being picked up there by Gianna, and Sona, I'm guessing, not picking up anything. Oh,
it looks like a Mumu's.
Or she already put the wards down. I guess she put down 2 wards. That's what she did. I just didn't see it. He got CV'd though, so he's gonna run out, I guess. Or is that his CV or is theirs? I don't know. I wish there was a color on the CV so I can see. But this could be a gank. Here it is. There is the yeah. Boyboy's definitely gonna get out of that. And first blood finally at 6 minutes. Just under 7 actually.
Definitely a good play, timing the Warwick ult and the Mumu stun so that they would get the most duration out of it as they could.
So let's see, who's gonna be stronger right now? Oh, nice! He bottom actually pushed him into the wall. That was some. It was just right in the range where you could do that.
And if you'll notice, the CS situation is pretty dire for Ashe here. She's at 30 and the Vayne is at 49.
Yeah, and the Vayne is doing a really good job. She's just rolling in and doing big damage to Chouster.
Although it looks like when they went back to purchase items, the CS advantage really wasn't much more than a couple health pots worth of money, because they both ended up with double Dorans and boots and a ward. The only difference is the Vayne had a couple HP, or the Ashe had a couple extra HP pots.
Yeah, Vayne may be saving up a little bit too. She probably had a bit of extra that she couldn't actually afford anything, but had a little bit more anyways. That's what I'm guessing. Let's see, instead of getting Catalyst, she went ahead and went for the Sorcerer Shoes. That way she can get in range of Zilean faster and do a little bit of extra damage as well. Wonder if that'll work out for her.
It's kind of an interesting purchase because obviously she probably just didn't have enough money to buy the Catalyst when she had the back, so she was like, what can I buy? But against a Zilean who's going to slowly pick you away with that bomb, you really need that healing from the Catalyst.
That's what I was thinking. I would much more prefer to have a Catalyst against a Zilean, or in most lanes anyways. But yeah, I mean, Annie works well with boots just because she wants to get in range quickly. And
it looks like this Alistar is on his way down here to do some work.
There you go. He's going to have blue buff. It's going to be difficult for Annie now that he has blue buff, and he's got 3 Dorans. And from what I hear, buying the 3 Dorans, I'm seeing that is becoming more popular. It's kind of the equivalent. It's like efficiency-wise, it's like buying a Rod of Ages, but like a mini Rod of Ages. You know, I haven't done the math
Oh,
myself,
wow.
but I heard that, like, efficiency-wise, that's why people do it. Because oh, here we go. Look at
Annie's
this,
about to
Annie.
catch. Yeah.
Oh, why is she? Ugh. Yeah, I guess she wants to get out of there because she knows he has his ult, and there it goes. Just trying to bait it out. Oh man, here we go.
This is definitely well played by the Alistar, but I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna be close. I think this Annie's gonna die for sure. Oh, and he's gonna get away! Oh no! Big Bad GG actually, no, he doesn't. Cutie Pie coming in to mop that up, no problem. So that's one for one.
Arrow just smashing into them right there.
Yeah.
Perfectly shot arrow.
That was a good arrow actually. That was actually good timing for Cutie Pie to get up there as well. She was able to pick off GG, and he almost got away.
Well, I'm surprised that if you look at the score here, that Astro actually sniped off Zillion, so she actually got the kill.
Oh, wow! I didn't. Yeah, I mean, I saw that Vayne hit her, and it looked like Vayne picked up the kill. But you're right. That was.
Oh wait, the other way around. I said the other way around, didn't I?
Oh,
Vayne
Vayne
got
did
the
pick up
kill,
the kill. See, now you're creeping me out here. I'm like, seeing the wrong thing.
Ash picked off the
Annie.
Annie kill, I think, right? Yeah,
Annie or
that's what I
Vlad?
meant to say.
Yeah, it was Annie. Yeah, it was Annie. Vlad died to the move. Okay, there we go. Now we're straight. Oh jeez.
Look at that! I put weird comments in your head, and you just
Yeah, why are you doing this to me, man? I'm trying to trust your judgment here, and you're just testing me now. Okay. Interesting. Warwick went for a catalyst. I was not expecting that. That is not common. In fact, that's not generally recommended either. But I don't know.
I believe he's going to be building the Banshee's Veil with that for sure.
Yeah, I can see that. Just I don't know. I mean, usually you will see a Spirit Visage being built for the cooldown and the extra healing and all that stuff. Look at this. Sona actually came up top to harass him down. I guess giving him a little bit of help since he was having some trouble. How much farther is he behind? I don't know if he's actually that far behind. 58 to 71. Yeah, he's quite a bit, about 20 CS. That's a considerable difference.
For sure, for sure. And you'll notice too that RS has pretty good ward placement on this top lane here. There's really no way that they're going to come in and gank that.
Annie actually caught up in CS.
RS.
She's beating GG now. It's quite interesting.
70 to 64. Yeah, that's definitely interesting that chain turned around like that.
See, Vlad picked up his cooldown boots first. We're seeing a lot of different builds than most people are probably used to. Like, okay, here's an arrow going up top. Is it going to hit? Nope, not a chance. And so anyhow, the boots, yeah. Usually you'll see Revolver and brown boots, but instead he's going for Lucidity, and then perhaps into maybe just go straight for his Death Cap or something like that. But I don't know. He does have a Amplifying Tome, so he'll probably go for Revolver.
Well, I think part of what we're seeing here with this change in who's winning mid is once they are both at these medium levels to high levels, you're seeing the AP carry really come out more as the actual AP carry versus the support AP carry.
Yeah, that could be true as well. I definitely can see that. So it looks like Janet's going to be going for go for 5. Oh, and there's a gank up top, and he will definitely go down. Same thing as last time. It's the Warwick suppress, and Imumu comes in for the stun. He now has 2 gold per 5, and Janna down bottom has 1 gold per 5, whereas Sona's going for the Dorian's rings rather than gold per 5, perhaps hoping to get some more gold from assists and stuff. That's going to hurt late game, doing the Dorians like that, because you have absolutely no extra gold from the gold per 5s, but I mean, it gives you a little bit of an advantage early on.
Yeah, I'm finding it interesting that the Vladimir, they timed the CLG timed the gank perfectly because the Vladimir had a good ward down in the river area where he would definitely see that coming. But literally, it was within 10. I had the camera up there watching that, and it was about 10 seconds after that ward died. It was really well timed.
Huh? And I'm pretty sure they didn't do that on purpose, but maybe doubt it. But
It's one of those luck things that comes in there.
yeah, it does kind of come into play. Looks like Vicious is getting ready for Dragon. He just kind of like standing either that or well, they know he's coming, so they have a ward there. But yeah, he's got a ward, so he's gonna place that down here at Dragon, I'm guessing. Either that or just start it. Yeah, they have two. Yeah, they pretty much got everyone down here. I don't think
They
they're
don't
gonna
have
be
a
able to
position
stop.
advantage. I suspect they're probably just gonna push top and let them have this.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to engage here because they will lose 4 people and that would be terrible. They're not gonna get dragon anyways. But Vlad should be able to at least do some damage to top lane.
I suspect he will probably kill this before anyone gets in range.
Yeah, hopefully. I know he's gonna be afraid right now because they can't see. Pretty sure they can't see. Let me take a look. No, he can see him now because they decided to push mid. Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and go for mid, so this is gonna actually be bad for RS to lose both the dragon and mid tower. Oh, and is this gonna be engaged?
There on the Annie to keep her off the tower.
Yeah. Huh.
I think they might go ahead and back off and just leave it that low and
yeah, they'll get a next push.
I think they might go ahead and split back up to the lanes now. They're kind of just happy with the damage they've done. They know they'll get it. The solo lane will get it later.
Yeah, it won't take too long. Just gonna pick up their buffs, and there is some pinging going down there. They want to catch them here. Oh, and I think Zilean caught that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he saw that. That was close. If Zilean had not been there at that split second, then they might have caught Warwick at the blue buff. So they're just gonna go ahead and take that and be on their merry way.
I believe they might actually fight here, though. I mean, they have everyone here they need.
Yeah, this is gonna be dangerous for RS actually. If Mumu gets a good stun off. Did he do his stun? I didn't see it go down yet. But there it goes. There's stun. Got about 3 or 4 people in it. That was not bad at all. And there's the ultimate onto Warwick as expected. And Mumu and Zilean both getting out of there with almost no health. Same Vicious doing the same thing, but I think that without a tower, he's going to be in trouble. Oh, there it is. There's the flash, knock up, and he goes down. And did anyone die for... Nope, RS is actually fully alive. So...
No, I think what we'll notice here is it's kind of what we were talking about earlier. They don't really have a large source of damage on this team right now. And they weren't able to actually kill anyone because of the Sona heal was almost able to counter out all of the Ashe damage because this is early game, so her single target DPS isn't high enough to out DPS the Sona heal.
Yeah, and that makes sense with the 2 Dorans. I mean, again, that's the early game advantage. I guess they're gonna rely on their Vayne late game, and they're going to try and pick up the early game advantage with their Annie being their main source of damage.
RS definitely is going to have I think a very large advantage early game. In late game, we'll have to wait and see how it turns out because the survivability of CLG's team is pretty high with the double supports and the Warwick. So I definitely would say like early game, RS has a huge advantage. And can CLG last to late game? That's the real question, right?
Yeah, I mean, here goes the tower to creeps. No problem. Alright, so there we go. The towers are now even, and let's take a look at the scores. 115 for Vayne. She's actually pulling ahead of everybody, doing really well. That's going to be pretty bad as the game goes forward. She does have 1 kill, which no one has more than 1 kill at this point. We'll see if that escalates further into the game. And by the way, this is the patch before Vayne was nerfed as well. So she is at her pinnacle at this point, I would say. Going for
also,
the Bloodthirster.
Like something to note is not only is she the highest CS in the game, but her lane partner Ashe is really, really far behind. That's 40 CS almost. I mean, that's a whole maybe a kill and a half of gold. So like 22 CS, so it's like over 400 gold. Yeah.
Quite a bit. Yeah, you're right. That's gonna make every little bit of difference does count, especially when you're trying to buy those in-game items. And I think they're gonna take this bottom tower, but it's gonna be close. I don't know if they're gonna. Yeah, no one's around, so there's only 3 people down bottom. So they're going to give that tower up for free, and Warwick may take top. Yeah, he's probably going to take top.
One thing to note is I'm pretty sure that the main issue here is I believe RS has realized that they really have the early game advantage, and they're just going to try and push down as many towers as they can. CLG has no way of stopping them. They have no damage. So what are they going to do?
Oh, they're actually diving this. Boy's taking a lot of damage. He's probably going to die to the turret. Look at all the damage he just took to that turret, but he's... Woo. She's gonna be fine. Sona actually took too many turret hits and she died to the turret. And there goes Mumu. Man, that was a really risky dive. Look how many people are low. Boy's so low and he's so low, but she's gonna go back in. What is she thinking? Why did she do that? She just gave a free kill to Vayne there. To Ashe. Oh, and there goes Alistar. Yeah.
Alistar picking up a nice kill when he was definitely going to die.
Yeah, I still don't like that. I feel like they could have easily taken that tower and gotten away because I mean, they lost 3 people, they killed 2, so it's not like a huge loss or whatever, but at the same time, that would have been 1 tower, and 1 tower I think is way better than losing a fight there, you know, and not getting the tower. And they lost top.
Well, yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think what the thought process behind them was they were definitely a little overconfident. I believe they were like, Warwick's top, how can they kill a spot? And it actually was kind of funny because for how early that dive was in the game, they actually did pretty well. Typically speaking, that would have been an ace on any other team comp. Like any other team comp would have just aced both the Team RS.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? I mean, see, that's the type of mistakes that you have to be careful about, because you get really greedy and you're like, oh man, we got this, guys. End up you lose 1 kill and you lose 2 towers, and then I mean they were gonna lose top anyways, but that was gonna be a fair trade because the inner turret is worth more. So instead, they actually ended up losing the bottom turret, which they definitely would not have lost if they had just pushed down bottom and then either backed or continued pushing safely or whatever the case would have been.
Although you really got to give credit to Alistar for picking up that kill on Ash with the double buffs right before he died, because oh wait, did he not kill the Ash because she has double buffs?
No, he killed GG, and Ash picked up the double buffs from Vayne.
Well, yeah, I thought he finished off Ash with the double buffs, but I guess he killed GG and Ash finished him off. My apologies on that.
Yeah, see, Vayne got greedy. She was basically
we have a teleport in here.
Oh, nice teleport. I didn't even notice that Annie had teleport. She hasn't used it all game. But boom, there goes Jenna dying really quickly. Annie's probably going to be in trouble here. But no, she has her stun right up. Is she going to get on there? It's going to be close. Oh my goodness, look at the heals from Sona. Just, oh my goodness. He tried to flash to kill her. Oh, but she does die to the Ashe. That was a great volley on Ashe. And so lots of damage going down here. Chas is going to get out of there as quick as possible. I think they are going to lose this dragon for sure, but oh, GG just picked up a kill onto maybe that was just a late call. Anyways,
it was definitely a late call by the announcer.
So yeah, that's 3 kills on CLG.
3-2. You know, 3-2 plus dragon. RS definitely coming out ahead on that fight by quite a large margin there.
Yeah, I have to say they did. And that teleport from Annie was superb. And if you noticed, man, she was running circles around that Amumu, just getting away. And Sona Hill kept her alive for so long. The only reason she died is because Ashe got in there with a perfect volley. It was like just right on the edge. And picked off the kill. Otherwise, Annie actually would have gotten away too. That would have been a 3-1 with the dragon. So at least I have to give it to Ashe for doing well with that volley.
Again, we really noticed the lack of damage though without having that strong AP carry to really go in there and burst down these low HP targets.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Like usually it's fine to have the Zillion as your early game AP damage, but you'd want another AP caster that's an actual like straight up AP caster. Whereas Warwick, he's strong and he does AP damage, but it's not like he's an AP caster. He's not like an Annie or a Brand or something like that. But I don't know.
Although we are hitting the 22-minute mark into the game now, and CLG has been able to keep the game very close. So I do believe once we hit about the 30-minute mark, CLG's will start to take the lead in the 5v5 situation with that Ashe really getting farmed up here. She's still a lot lower CS than Vladimir or Vayne, but she's already got her IE. She's working on a Banshee's Veil, and they're really going to start to notice her DPS soon.
Let's take a look. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that Infinity Edge is going to start doing work. And, yeah, Banshee's Veil. They'll keep her alive against, if Alistar tries to run in there or Annie does a Tibbers ult or something like that. As long as she keeps that Banshees up and plays it safe with that, she's going to want to have it available for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a good purchase with Annie and Alistar in the game. Vladimir really, I don't think she was focusing it for that, but the MR is going to be good against him as well.
Looking at their poke damage, the main source of poke they have is Sona. Other than that, they're a full engage team. No poke, whereas, I guess not really too much poke on either team, to be honest. If you think about it. Oh, there's the initiate from Ashe Arrow going on to Void Boy. Probably not the best target, but at the same time, he does get quite... Yeah, he gets bursted down fast. Void Boy just died before he could really do anything. He pulled and then died. Did he even get an ult off? I don't think so. So that's really good job on Ashe and Warwick's side. Picked up Vayne as well. Gonna die, or Sona's gonna die. And Alistar's gonna die. That was a really good job by CLG. That's perfect initiate.
And again, you really see this. That it's one of the best initiations in the game. Looks like they're gonna go and pick up a Baron here.
Yeah, they could. I mean, they got Warwick to tank it, and Warwick can pick up Dragon so early. It's pretty good there. And there we go. Yeah, Jaina does have that Oracle, so she's gonna be able to remove all map control from there. They have a ward, so they should be fine if they try and come back and stop this. But I don't think they're gonna get there in time. In fact, it looks to me like they're just gonna. They said, okay, screw it, we lost it. Scar is low HP, so he actually has to be. And Boy's gonna push down top. Yeah, so they get a free dragon there. That was a really good job on CLG's part. And there it is. That's probably going to be the fight that turns this game around.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. One thing to note, I definitely liked some of the play by Sona right there. The ult was pretty good, but also, I don't know if during the fight I was letting you commentate, but down by the bottom river grass on the right-hand side, Vayne had run in that direction, was very low on HP to the Ashe, and Sona actually flashed and healed her and actually kept her alive for an extra 2 shots, which, you know, it didn't end up turning the game, but it was I thought it was a very good play because it almost saved Vayne to the point where she was able to either escape or do some good DPS there on that Ashe.
Yep, I agree. You know, that's just another thing that we see in some of the top level players. Stuff like just flash in just for a heal from a support. And that's the kind of support play that you want on your team, is a support who's actually going to use the flash to save you rather than to save themselves.
Yeah, exactly, because, you know, they still had a small chance of pulling that off. It really disappointing for Voyboy there how he was able to get picked off very soon or very early like that. I believe was it the Zillion ult there on either a Mumu or it was someone who was really deep in. I didn't see who it was. Did you happen to see?
Well, the Warwick was the one who actually jumped in onto Voyboy, and that's why he died, because Voyboy was not able to pull before all the damage went down onto him. But
yeah.
I think. Oh, here's another. Well, I don't think they're
great
gonna.
Ashe arrow, but I don't think they're gonna be able to dive for this.
Yeah, I mean, if the tower wasn't there, they'd have been fine. But that's a lot of damage going into the cow there. He's just gonna. Oh, I thought he was gonna give that damage to the rest of his team. But that tower will go down. Yeah, CLG is so far ahead now. They're almost twice up in kills. That Baron's a huge advantage as well, and the CS won't matter as much at this point with that kind of a lead. Especially all the gold provides.
They're at just under 1,100 gold on the team per player.
1,100. Let me take a look at mine. I actually haven't. Yeah, we're at 490.
1,090.
So you guys are looking like you're at about 2,500 as a team above in just pure team objective gold. And so Vayne is going to have so Vayne does have the Zeal. Vayne should become pretty strong at this point, as long as she's able to stay alive. I think that RS could potentially still be okay, as long as they don't get caught in a terrible Ashe arrow like that, where one of their team members dies literally before they're able to do anything. Like Vlad wasn't even able to get his ult off that fight. That was a huge reason for them completely getting shut down like that.
Yeah, I suspect if what we'll see here is maybe CLG will wait for Vayne to walk out and try to CS something right there in front of that tower. And if they're able to land an arrow on her, I think they could probably kill her before his team could respawn.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to Vlad. I mean, he's even tankier than she is, obviously. But here it is. There's initiate onto Annie, and they're going to go ahead and go for it. And it looks like he actually gets knocked out. But the Amumu ult is good. Ult. Wow, so much damage. Scar actually gets her ult off before she dies. Don't think it's going to really matter. Jan is able to heal everything back up to full from that. And, oh, that was a great ult by... Oh, dang. GG was able to ult him just before he died. And so everyone except for Warwick lived from that. Yeah, it's still 1-for-1, but they're going to take the tower.
Yeah. It was a 1-to-1 trade, but, you know, RS was so low on HP after that they had to back immediately.
And that's going to go in the tower and the inhibitor, and I'm pretty sure they're going to get out of here without too much trouble. Yep. So at this point, it's going to be really difficult for RS to come back. I mean, I think that we're just going to see a slow snowball.
Yeah, they're going to probably take this entire jungle on their way out, and, purchase up. And like I was saying, around 30-minute mark, they did it a little earlier than I expected. I was thinking around the 30-minute mark, you'd really see an advantage. But I think that team fight mid with that Astro kind of gave him a head start, basically.
Yeah,
They were
there's
able
nothing
to,
more
really
frustrating.
turn the game.
Yeah. I mean, being hit by an Ash arrow like that from that range, it's really difficult to dodge that or to even predict it's happening. So it's not like, oh, hey, you were out of position and you got caught. It's like, no, Ash shot an arrow from 2 screens away, and the team was able to run in really quickly and clean it up. So that's kind of
the thing is too, like, even if say Voyboy had dodged that, who knows? It might have hit Annie, it might hit Vayne. If it had hit any of those other targets, or Sona even, they would have died as well. So maybe it's hard to say what would have been worse, or if the outcome would have been different.
Yeah, that's the best place to shoot an Ash arrow is when you're in a straight shot like that. You know that both teams are in a general area, and they're not going to be dodging back and forth. They're just waiting for creep waves, and you're in the middle there. Boom, you shoot that Ash arrow, and you're almost always sure to hit someone because, I mean, like I said, they're not. It's like 2 screens away. You're not expecting it. You're just waiting for creeps to come, and that's it. That's what happens.
It looks like CLG will probably end up just pushing top lane here once this Zillion clears off the rest of this creep wave.
Yeah, Zillion's pretty strong right now. He's actually got a Rabadon's building into Callus, gonna have a Banshees. And Annie still has no... yeah, see, she went for the Rod of Aces, so she's not even doing lots of damage right now. She went for more of the, hey, I'm going to have more HP build. And Alistar's completely, like, no damage either. He's... obviously, they're relying on their 2 AP carry, so he's going to go more tanky, as you said. They really don't have any tanks. I mean, Alistar's tanky, sure, but other than that, they're not too tanky at all.
Well, I noticed that... typically speaking, going Rod of Ages early on Annie is perfectly fine, but I think if you're focusing on an early game advantage, like RS's team make is really an early game team comp, I really think focusing your items on late game doesn't make much sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because basically, Annie, the way Annie's building is her late game will be stronger than her early game. But if you don't want CLG to make it to late game, it's kind of counterproductive.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, because you got to wait, I think it's another 10 minutes after you build the Rod of Ages for it to get to full potential. And then she still doesn't have death cap, so she doesn't have that huge AP boost. I mean, 278, it's decent, but I think Annie now with the changes to her ratios gets stronger at about 300 AP than the old Annie. Could be wrong.
Although
about
if
that.
you take a look here at CLG, they did a really good job at stacking high magic resist. I mean, Amumu has an Abyssal Scepter and another Negatron Cloak.
Oh wow, yeah, that's actually going to help a lot with Warwick and Zillion, obviously. Boom, there's an Ash Arrow to keep them slowed and get there. And here's the teleport. Is Annie going to get in here and do some work? Oh, they actually scared him off and they're going to pick up the Baron from this. Nice job on RS's part, but they are going to lose Annie and Voyboy's coming in as well. I don't know, this is going to be a very close fight, but I think that overall CLG probably will win this. They are just going to kite them both. Both Vayne and Sona are stuck on the other side. I mean, they're not going to flash over as well. So, I mean, if they were all there, that would have been really great. It's just that they weren't, so... that was more of like a last-ditch effort from what I can tell. Oh, and there it is. Rambo going to go down. So that Baron really didn't benefit them at all. In fact, it hurt them. They're going to lose their... This is pretty much GG right here. That's game over.
Yeah, you'll notice that though the teleport has been really strong this game. Even though that didn't work out for them, it was definitely a better chance than sitting in their base and just giving them the Baron. I believe that was still an okay play, even though they ended up losing the game because of that. Really, if they had not done anything, they also would have lost the game. So stealing that Baron was pretty good, and I kind of like the positioning they were going on. But the real issue was CLG was smarter than that. They didn't run in, so they just let Warwick be in range because Vayne had no targets other than Warwick. And what's that going to do, right? Warwick's the most tanky player on their team.
Yeah, it's like, go ahead, shoot me. That's what I want. I've got a Zillion ult anyways. Not bad. So I like it. That was a pretty good game. CLG had a rough start, but a great Ash Arrow and just overall strong team play gave them the advantage to the end.